Hello, friends. Today, I will tell you a story. The name of this story is A Forest of Rules for Everyone. This story is about a magical forest, animals, and how they learn to live together. Please listen carefully. This story is about adventure, kindness, and learning together. Once upon a time, there was a big, beautiful forest. This forest was very special. It was full of tall green trees, soft grass, and colorful flowers. There were hills, rivers, and small lakes. The sun always shined and the wind was gentle. In this forest, many animals lived. The animals were many colors and sizes. They all loved their home very much. In the forest, there was a brown bear. His name was Bruno. Bruno was big and strong, but he was also gentle and kind. He liked to eat honey and sleep under the trees. There was also a fox named Fina. Fina was very smart. She was quick and loved to play tricks. There was a little blue bird called Bella. Bella liked to sing every morning. There was a tall, happy giraffe called Gracie. Gracie was friendly and liked to help others. There was also a small rabbit. The rabbit's name was Remy. Remy was fast, shy, and liked to eat carrots. All the animals in the forest were friends. They liked to play together and talk in the sun. They shared food with each other. When the sun shined, they danced under the trees. When it rained, they sheltered together in the big hollow log. But in the forest, there was one problem. Not all the animals knew how to live together easily. Sometimes, the fox would take food from the rabbit. Sometimes, the bear would push the smaller animals when he was in a hurry. Sometimes the birds sang too loudly when others wanted to sleep. Sometimes the rabbit made holes everywhere, and someone would fall down. Little by little, the animals started to feel upset. The forest was not as happy as before. Some animals wanted to play, but others wanted to rest. Some wanted to eat at the same time, but there were not enough places to eat for everyone. There were small arguments and little fights. Bruno the bear was very sad to see his friends so unhappy. Fina the fox also missed the nice days when everyone laughed together. Bella did not want to sing if her song would make someone angry. Gracie couldn't help everyone if they all argued. Remy the rabbit was scared to come out of his home because he was afraid someone would be angry. One day, Bruno sat under a big tree and thought. He wanted his friends to be happy again. He thought and thought. Soon, Fina the fox came to Bruno. She said, "Bruno, I see you look sad. I also feel sad because my friends are not happy. Do you know what we can do?" Bruno said, "I do not know. But I think we need to talk to everyone." Fina agreed. So she said, "Let's call all the animals for a big meeting." Bruno and Fina walked around the forest. They told every animal, "Please come to the big tree at sunset. We need to talk with everyone." When the sun started to go down, all the animals came to the big tree. There were many deer, squirrels, birds, frogs, foxes, rabbits, giraffes, even small bugs and big owls. Everyone sat together and listened. Bruno stood up and said, "Friends, I am sad. We all live together in this forest. But now, nobody is happy. We have problems. We have fights. We do not always help each other." Fina also spoke. "We are all different. Some of us are big, some little. Some fast, some slow. But we all want to be happy in our home." Gracie the giraffe said, "Maybe we need to find better ways to live together. We can all think and share ideas." The smallest ant, who was very brave, said, "Maybe we need rules. If we have rules, everyone will know what to do." All the animals nodded. Rules sounded like a good idea. Bruno said, "Yes. But what kind of rules?" The animals started to talk. Some said, "Let's make rules about eating." Others said, "Let's make rules about singing, shouting, and sleeping." Some said, "Let's make rules about sharing and helping." The meeting became very loud. Everyone talked at the same time. The owl said, "Please, one by one. Let's listen to everyone's idea." So, they made a circle and took turns. Each animal gave an idea for a rule. Everyone listened carefully. Remy the rabbit said, "Let's have a rule for sharing food. If you find food, and you have a lot, please share with your friends who have little." Bella the bird said, "Let's have a rule about singing. We can sing in the morning and in the daytime. But when it is night, we must be quiet so others can sleep." Fina the fox said, "Let's have a rule about being kind. No one should play tricks that make someone sad or hurt." Gracie the giraffe said, "Let's help friends who need help. If you see someone in trouble, please offer help. Bruno the bear said, let's have a rule about taking turns. If you come to drink at the lake, please wait for others. The frog, who liked to jump, said, let's have a rule for playing. Let's play together, but be careful not to hurt anyone. The busy squirrel said, let's be careful with the trees. Do not break too many branches. Everyone needs the trees for shelter. Even the little ants had ideas. If someone is small, respect them. If you are big, be gentle. Big animals, small animals, all gave good ideas. Soon, they had many rules. Some animals said, maybe this is too many rules. Can we remember all? The wise old owl thought and thought. Then he said, let's write down the important rules. If we forget, we can read them again. But none of the animals had pens or paper. So the beaver, who liked to build things, had an idea. Let's make a special place for the rules. We can write the rules on the tallest tree. Everyone liked this idea. All the animals took turns and helped. The beaver chewed the tree just a little to make space. The birds wrote with their beaks in the soft wood. The fox made pictures so everyone, even the little bugs, could understand. When the sun came up, the rules were on the tree for everyone to see. The rules said, share food with friends. Be kind and gentle. Help someone who needs help. Wait your turn. Sing and play, but do not disturb others. Respect everyone, big or small. Take care of the forest. Do not take too much or break things. Use kind words. Be safe and careful. All the animals were happy with the rules. They looked at the rules and said, we can do this. Everyone promised to try. The days in the forest became much happier. Now, when Remy found carrots, he shared with the other rabbits and even gave a little to the squirrels. When Bella the bird sang in the morning, she was careful to sing softly near the old sleeping bear. Fina the fox stopped playing tricks that made others angry. Gracie helped Bella reach high branches. Bruno waited his turn at the lake and helped the little mice wash their faces. At night, the rules on the tree glowed in the moonlight. All the animals remembered the rules before sleeping. The young animals learned the rules from their parents. The old animals told stories about the day when they made the rules together. But sometimes, there were still small problems. One afternoon, the big deer ran too fast and pushed the little hedgehog. The hedgehog started to cry. Bruno and Fina came and said, remember the rules. The deer said, I am sorry, I forgot. He helped the hedgehog get up. They both smiled and were happy again. One morning, the mice found the birds' nuts and took them without asking. Bella the bird saw them and said, please, remember the rules. The mice said, sorry. Next time, we will ask before taking food. Bella smiled and sang a happy song for them. Slowly, the forest changed. There was more laughter, more smiles, and more singing. The animals were not perfect. Sometimes they forgot a rule. But when someone made a mistake, they remembered to say, I am sorry and try again. The forest felt full of love and safe for everyone. One day, new animals came to the forest. There were 2 raccoons and a little hedgehog family. They did not know about the rules. They made noise at night. They ran everywhere in the morning. They took many berries at once and left none for the others. Bruno, Fina, Gracie, and Bella welcomed them. They showed the new animals the tall tree with the rules. Here are our rules, said Gracie. We made them together. They help us all be happy. The raccoons and hedgehog family read the rules. The fox showed them the pictures. The wise old owl read the words. The raccoon smiled. These are good rules. We want to follow them and be good friends, they said. Soon, the new animals learned the rules. They also gave new ideas. The little hedgehogs said, can we have a rule to be careful when hugging us? We have many spines. Everyone laughed and added this new rule to the tree. Now, the forest was not just a home for the first animals. It was a home for every animal. The rules grew, just like the trees. Every time there was a new problem, the animals met at the tree. They listened and talked. If someone had a good new idea, they added it to the tree. The forest became known as the forest of rules for everyone. Animals in the next forest heard about the happy, kind, safe home. Some came to visit and learned about the rules. They took the idea back to their own homes too. The animals in the forest felt proud. They knew that rules helped them enjoy their days. Rules were not made to stop fun. Rules were made so that everyone could live, laugh, play, and rest together. Some rules were simple, say please and thank you. Some were bigger, never leave a friend alone if they are sad. Some rules were funny, always wash your paws before eating honey. Some rules were about the forest, water the small plants, and sing to the trees. One day, a young rabbit asked Bruno, "Why do we have so many rules?" Bruno smiled. "We have rules so everyone can be happy. Rules are like a map for living together. Would you like to make a new rule?" The rabbit thought and said, "Yes. Let's make a rule that everyone should smile at least once every day." The animals loved this idea. They put it on the tree and all smiled. As time passed, the animals changed. The little birds grew up and had their own families. Old Bella still sang softly. The beaver built a little dam for the ducklings to play in. The trees grew taller, and the rules on the big tree grew too. Every year, the animals cleaned the tree and added new rules with pictures and kind words. Seasons passed, spring with its flowers, summer with warm sun, autumn with red leaves, and winter with soft snow. But always, the forest of rules for everyone was full of laughter, friendship, and gentle voices. If you walk in the forest, you can hear animals laughing and singing. You can see them sharing and helping. And near the tallest tree, you can see the rules shining in the light. If you listen, you might hear Bruno the bear or Bella the bird saying, "Let's remember the rules. They help us all." The animals learned that rules are not just for stopping trouble. Rules help everyone live together, love their home, share, and care for each other. And so, the forest of rules for everyone stayed magical, beautiful, and kind forever. Whenever you visit a forest or a school or your home, you can remember this story. You can make your own good rules for yourself and your friends. You will see that rules, made with kindness, make every place a happy, safe place for all. Thank you for listening. Now, what new rules will you make with your friends? What good ideas will you share? Maybe your home can be a place, like the forest of rules for everyone, where all can be happy. The end.